On the
Mm-hmm.
previous site, the filter was open. Here, it's actually hidden.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts on that approach? Do you think it's better to hide the filter and just bring it out when you want it, or is it better to have it there open? Yeah.
Not really a fan of that, just because.
For prices, I prefer a slider because there's just less work to do. This category page will never rank on Google search because now this is a Shopify store. So we're on the wools. So I went to shop and I went to wool and I went to all wools to get to this page.
Okay.
So it's very different to the other one.
Mm-hmm.
What jumps out immediately to you?
Yeah, I like the product imagery. I like it's a little bit larger, and the fact that it isn't so flat and two dimensional gives me a little better sense on what I'm looking at
Hmm.
than just a smaller. Obviously, the picture is still two dimensional, but the way the material is kind of scrunched up gives me a better sense for what it's like. So I like that.
Yeah. The product imagery is a bit better. It
Hmm.
just gives you a more sense of the feel of the fabric, the thickness. Yeah, no, that's great. I like that. Yeah, that definitely helps. One thing I noticed here on this one, and also there's no changing of image when you hover over. Sometimes these category pages have that, sometimes they don't.
Mm-hmm.
One big difference here is the filter is hidden. On the
Hmm.
previous site, the filter was open. Here, it's actually hidden.
Hmm.
Thoughts on that approach? Do you think it's better to hide the filter and just bring it out when you want it, or is it better to have it there open already?
Yeah, I think that's one of those it depends answers, which I know is sort of the easy way out. But I think if your products in this category are so diverse and the volume is so large that you think filtering is going to be a key component, and you think most of your users are going to filter, then I say go ahead and make it available right away.
Hmm.
Meanwhile, if you think people are sort of window shopping, scrolling through, they don't necessarily know what they want until they see it, maybe leave it compressed like this. And as I say, I know I'm taking the easy answer. What's your take, Nigel?
Yeah, I think I agree. It does depend. Like, so there's 176 products here. Um, I think if you have a lot of products on your category page, so it's a large category page, then you will need to filter. You're not going to go through 176 products by using your pagination at the bottom. You're going to filter. So in that case, I think if you're going to filter, then at least the main choices could be open, or at least very easily accessible. I don't actually know what happens here, so let's try. Okay, so it comes to the right. That was a surprise. I didn't expect that. Uh, yeah.
Not really a fan of that, just because I feel like it's going to get sort of lost. It's going to get a little bit frustrating for me if I'm going back and forth frequently.
Yes. Plus, it's hidden the products. So the products have now sort of gone dark.
Hmm.
I was here, clicked here, now the products, I can't select them anymore. Th- Yeah, I think as well, I have availability. Um, there's only two options here, so why not have that already available? Like, why do I need to do another click to get there? Go to
Hmm.
price. Um, One other thing I notice here is the number of choices available on this filter is a lot less than the previous one.
Right.
So there was a lot more filtering options on the previous, which I liked. Although the list was long, it gave you more choice.
Hmm.
Whereas here I have got very limited choice.
Oh,
Oh yes, there's
oh,
there's no color.
okay.
How brown is brown? I don't know.
Metro
Uh,
Textile. Let's get you some colors here. This would be a quick win. This is low hanging fruit. Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, think about accessibility here, Nigel. I,
Yes, this certainly wouldn't pass accessibility requirements.
I mean, we need to see a color swatch. And to your point, if something is burnt umber or brown or beige, right? Help me understand what that means to you. And to be honest, this might even be a product taxonomy or a product organization issue. If you have beige, brown, tan, I'm okay with that if that's really required, but maybe it should just be brown or something, just for simplicity.
Yeah, let's click apply. Yes, I agree. Like, I think there's not enough choice for a start. I think I don't have pattern, for instance. Like, there's different patterns here as well. I'm sure there's different thicknesses of fabric. I'm sure there's different content. Like, is it 100% wool? Is it 50%? So having more choice on that filter would definitely be helpful. Yeah, also this price, I don't like that because there's no slider. Like I have to type in the price, you know. Yeah. For prices, I prefer a slider because there's just less work to do. Um, Imagine
Sure.
on mobile what this would be like, because then you'd have to start typing, bring up the keyboard. You can't slide it. So
Yeah.
yeah,
And I'm not seeing any text on this page for SEO. All I see is the word
no,
wolves. And
yes,
I'm not trying to be too harsh to Metro Textile. This is, like we said, the imagery is nice. A lot of white space. It draws my attention to the products. But just by saying wools, you aren't doing your site any favors in terms of SEO. So some opportunities here.
yeah, definitely, yeah, definitely missed opportunity for SEO because, as you say, there's no just category description here. So this category page will never rank on Google search because there's just not enough content. The products may rank. The products are probably on a product feed and will come up in Google Shopping, but the category page itself is going to be very difficult because of just lack of content there. One thing I do notice is there's a little pop-up comes up here on quite frequently, which I don't know, maybe maybe these are okay. I think if there's too many of them, I just stop believing it. If I see it popping up all of the time, going somebody purchased this, I become skeptical, and maybe that's just me, but I think it actually works better on the product page to say, oh, somebody purchased this particular product at a certain time, but it
Right.
has to be
You could
used
say,
sparingly.
yeah, you could say this product last purchased 8 hours ago. Right.
Yes, yes, that works
So,
better. And I've noticed sometimes this is coming up without an image on it, which again, you just lose a little bit of trust there because you kind of stop believing it after a while.
plus this that presents me a privacy concern. If I'm Karen, granted I don't have my last name, but do I really want you publicizing what I've purchased, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Makes me feel a little funny. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good point actually.
Now, there's three things we haven't talked about yet on category pages. I know we have more sites to look at, but I'd like to make sure we pull these in at some point. One is a compliment to the first two sites we've seen so far. As you filtered, the URL is changing, which I really appreciate because if I
Yes.
want if I want to bookmark a filtered page, or if I want to send you, Nigel, hey, Nigel, look at these brown wools under $25. I could send you that link and you don't have to refilter. So a compliment there, and let's continue to watch that with the remaining sites. The other two areas, we don't need to talk about it right now on Metro if we don't want to, but we may not see eye to eye on this. One is the sorting criteria
Yep.
by default, and also how many products you put on the page.
Yep. This one
Nigel,
has,
how many products do you think we should put on a page
oh, on the
straight away?
page.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when
yeah, yeah. That's a good point. Yeah. Yes. And how also pagination versus load more. So do you want a never ending load more? Do you want pagination? Yeah, that's a it's probably something that is Depends on the user and depends on how many products you have as well. But yes, sort options is one thing. Again, I think this is often a missed opportunity to have really good sort options. So let me check the previous site. They had featured, A to Z, price, and newest, and these guys have featured best selling. So that's quite a good one. I like best selling. Alphabetical, price, date, old to new. Best selling is a good one. There always should be a best selling, and it should be a best selling, not just a made up best selling. Featured is obviously what the store wants to promote. They're choosing that, but best selling should be actually based on sales. And I think best selling is actually a really good feature to have because it helps. It's like a little bit of social proof. What are other people buying? You know, what's trending as well? And you could call it trending instead of best selling. But it kind of helps you see what's happening in the market by looking at the category page. So that I often think is a missed opportunity not to have that option there. Featured, yeah, different
Yeah, in
products.
my opinion, if you can't have a top sorting option of relevance, like relevance to your search, then go with best selling because the products are best selling for a reason. And to your
Yeah,
point, it adds social proof, but it's going to increase conversion as well. The first products that come up are going to be probably the most compelling and the ones I'm most interested in anyway. So without going through other pages, I want featured to probably or best selling to be the default. I personally, I don't really care about what's newest. Maybe in the wool sector, that's really what you're after. But I think best selling should probably be the default.
yeah. And one thing we haven't talked about because it hasn't been on both these sites is reviews. If you have product reviews, you can then have a sort feature of by the review, like the rating of the product. If I go to Amazon, I'm normally sorting it by either best selling or by best rated product because I actually want that input from the community. Like I want to know what are other people buying. I don't want to know what does a store want to promote to me because that kind of feels a little bit pushed. I want to know what is the community doing, like what are others doing, what have others bought, how have they reviewed it.
Are you saying you're just following the sheep, Nigel? You're just
I
following the
I
line.
definitely follow the sheep.
No, I
Yeah.
hear you. I hear you. Yeah.
Right, let's go to the next one. So we're saying here it looks good in terms of imagery. We have missed SEO opportunities, and we're not a massive fan of the way the filtering is set up. It's okay, but could do with improvement. Right, let's go. We're going to Prime Fabrics.
All right.
Also a Shopify store, if I believe correctly. I think it is.
Okay.
So we have a very different style of category page here. Firstly, it's full width. Images are a lot bigger. The filter option is on the right rather than the left. It's sort of flipped around from the previous two. We have the product listing is on the left instead of the right. We have filter and sort together, which is different to the previous two. But we do have this little option, which I am assuming will change the product images. Let's click it and see. Oh yeah, look at that.
So now we can see more. Yep.
Yeah.
And you do have looks like a
I lose
hover
the
effect.
titles though.
Oh, you sure do. Wow. Interesting.
Yeah. I would have liked that if the titles had remained. But it's a good option. More products on the same page.
Yeah. And when you hover, what's happening when you hover there? Is it zooming a little bit?
It's
Yeah.
zooming, yes, it is. This is the first one where something happens when you hover.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's zooming.
And
I
you're also seeing how much stock is available when you hover.
Yeah. Is it a different image? It's a different image as well. It's actually a different image. Yeah,
Is
it
it?
is.
Okay. Yeah.
This is different. Unless this is a zoomed in and this is not. I'm not sure.
Oh,
That's a
yeah.
different image. It's a different image. So it's not zoomed in, it's just a different image. And we're seeing the yardage available. That's good. I like that. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Again, if I mean, I see the color as part of the product name, like brick red, black
Mm,
brown. But again, and maybe it's just not pertinent to this type of product, but if you do get the product in more than one color, I'd love to see
yeah.
that without trying to just keep scrolling through and looking if by chance you have that same product in a different color scheme.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, having the option just there as a swatch to say what colors it's available in. And you can do that as well, not only for colors, but it could be like fabric weight. Well, we're on a fabric store here, but it could be other attributes of the product.
Mm.
If they're attributes that are common to every product on the page, then you can have icons for that, and that's really helpful actually, because then it gives you more options to find the product you're looking for without going into the filter menu.
Mhm.
But I like the imagery here, it's good. Now let's see what happens when we click filter and sort. So similar, you see, we've got Shopify,
Mhm.
similar to the previous one, which is interesting. Even though the category page itself looked very different, this
Yeah.
is a similar decision to sort of zoom back the category page, bring it up on the right. Slightly different style. Oh, we've got slider for price. I like that. That's
Yeah.
good.
I like these filters a little better anyway.
Yeah, because you're not moving to a different menu, whereas the other one kind of pushed you off to the right to have a secondary menu come up. Color swatches. Woohoo! Like that. Let me try one red. See what happens. And patterns. Now, we could have had swatches here for patterns. I would have liked that. But
Yeah.
having the option for patterns is good.
Mhm.
Let's apply a red filter. Oh, that was fast. I like that.
It was fast. The URL changed, which is great. You've got a clear all at the top, which is good.
Hmm.
You can see your little filtering information there.
Yeah.
I like that the product count got updated on the left, said 28 products, 26 products. I like that.
Yes. One thing I'm missing here though is the sort.
Hmm.
So can I sort? Oh, I have sort bys here.
Hmm.
Okay. I don't know if I would put sort by in the menu like that because once you've filtered, it's at that point that you would normally want to sort. Maybe I want to sort by price, but I have to go back to
Yeah.
the filter menu now.
Yeah, and sorting is just one selection. So why put it here? This type of filtering is best set up for all these filters, and there's multiple
Yeah,
options and things. You could just have a sort right here on this page straight away, easy
good.
access.
Yeah, I would prefer it to be on this page because it just feels a bit disconnected to go back in again to sort. And again, we're missing SEO opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
Please have a category description here would be amazing. That's another example of a slightly unloved child. Give me a description
And as
and
you
let's
scroll
see.
down, do we have pagination? Do we have
That's
load
what I'm going to
more?
check. Oh,
Oh,
understood. Let's get rid of the filter first
okay.
and get back here.
Maybe we have infinite scroll for the first time.
No,
Pagination.
pagination,
Okay.
pagination. Yeah. Yeah. Which I don't mind pagination. The thing that pagination does good, I think, is it tells you like where you're at in the list of
Mhm.
products. Like, am I at the beginning? Is there another 1,000? So it helps with that. Um, so I'm a fan of pagination. I think it it helps you jump around faster than load more.
Mhm.
Yeah, the one thing that pagination is not so great at is if I had a load mower here, I wouldn't go back up to the top. So I would just get the additional product.
Mhm.
Where here I have to re-scroll back down again to the page, which I guess is okay, but the load more feels more natural because you've came to the end of the current list, you click load more, oh, I just scroll down a little bit more, I get more product. Where with pagination, you're jumping up and down the page a lot more.
Yeah, I
Which,
prefer load. I prefer load more because I might be navigating through pages, see something I kind of like, and then I move on. And now I'm wondering, where was that product I liked? Was it on page three? Was it on page
Yes,
five?
that's true. Hmm.
So I like load more. I can simply scroll up and find the one that I want to go back to.
One thing we haven't talked about yet is badges. There's been none of these sites have used badges on the category page. So I'm looking here and going, this is a perfect opportunity for a badge. There's so when I hover over, I'm seeing it's in red writing now. There's only 2 yards available. Well, I wouldn't have known that unless I hovered over the product. Why not have a badge here to promote a little bit of scarcity and encourage customers to purchase that? There's only 2 left. If I don't purchase it now, I'm not going to get it.
Right.
So that's a perfect opportunity to use a badge, highlight
Exactly.
that product. And
Yeah.
that's one notable exception of the two, well, the third site we're on now, and there hasn't been any visible use of badges. I'm a fan of badges. I think promoting scarcity, they're great. You can also use them for products that are selling really well. You can like a hot product badge. And again, you're giving information about what's happening in the community. So that promotes like the sheep metaphor, all the sheep are running over here. I think I should run too. Like we all want to do what other people are doing. We want to know what's happening. So using badges in that type of method really helps just share some of that information and definitely helps with conversion rates because I wouldn't have found out about this until I clicked on it. Maybe there's one down here that's low in stock that I might like, but I'm not thinking of buying it right now because I think there's lots available.
Yeah, you need a persistent indicator that it's low stock or moving fast, and right, we have to create that sense of urgency. I don't care for how that text was even showing up red on black. It was hard for me to see it when it was running out. You have to be cautious with badges, though. If it ends up looking like flair, like an Applebee's waiter with all these buttons or bumper stickers all over a car, like
Yes, that's
if,
true.
if
Yeah,
you go overboard, oh, in demand, latest
yeah,
product, 5 stars plus, free shipping. All
yeah.
of a sudden, it cheapens it.
That's true. Yeah, you don't want a product that's got, it's on
So,
sale, it's low in stock, and it's the best selling. Yeah,
yeah.
that you're right. That does cheapen it. But appropriate use, because so far we haven't seen any badges, but there is information there that could be used on a badge. So some opportunities there, Prime Fabrics. I think SEO again, use it. You're wasted opportunity without using this to have some more content. Use badges, I would say, carefully, but use them. So yeah, some good use of imagery. I like it. I like the full width actually. I like the multiple options on the filter. But yeah, a few improvements. What would you say your top recommendation for this site would be there, David?
Um, yeah, I think my biggest takeaway is probably I'd like to see the sorting more prominent outside of that filter pop out, and yeah, I'd like to see what kind of what we just talked about. If it's low stock, if it's in demand, make that clearly apparent to me.
Cool. Right, let's move to the next one. We have Stone Mountain Fabrics. So this is a WooCommerce store.
Oh,
We're very familiar with this store. I'll just put that up there because they're good friends of ours. But thought it would be a good opportunity to look at a WooCommerce store and see how Stone Mountain are doing their category pages. First
yeah.
thoughts when you land here, David?
Yeah, I really like it. I like that there's text there to tell me about where I am, what I'm looking at here, and it's going to help from an SEO perspective. And I immediately see how I'm going to be able to navigate to what I want. You're showing me how many results I have. You're allowing me to pick how many results are per page, which
Mm.
is great. You and I were
First time
debating
we've had that,
pagination.
I think. Yeah, that's the
Exactly.
first time. Yeah.
Exactly. If the way to settle the debate, right? If I say load more and you say pagination, the answer is allow me to pick how many products are per page, and then
Yep.
we're probably both going to be happy. So I like that. I'm seeing prominent, easy filtering on the left, sort by on the right. I like that.
Yeah, and the header is disappearing as we scroll down. So I'm using the real estate of the screen, but I like this filter is fixing on the left. So I can scroll, see
Mm-hmm.
more products, but the filter is not scrolling up. So that means my choices to filter are very prominent and easy
Yeah.
accessible without, even though I'm scrolling down the page. And oh, look, we've got more text content down here as well. This is the first one we've looked at so far that has this. I think having additional text at the bottom of a category page is such an easy opportunity. It's an easy win for stores to get a lot more keywords on the category page.
Mm-hmm.
And
For sure.
yeah, and the reason you would have it on the bottom and not the top is it's you're playing with real estate space here. So the more text or imagery you put up at the top, the less product is on show without scrolling down. So if I could put a lot of text content on here, but as a user landing on the site, all I'm going to see is the text. I'm not going to see any product, and I'm probably going to just press back and go somewhere else. So
Right.
I think you need to have the product. That's what the customer's after. You need to have that evident when they land on the page without any scrolling to encourage them to go deeper. But then you're having this battle of like, if I want to put SEO content up there, but I also want to have the product showing, it's a balancing game. And I think that's why the missed opportunity is actually on the bottom of the category page because the users aren't going to care about there being more text on the bottom.
Right.
But Google is going to see that just as much as it does the top. So yeah, I like.
Exactly. Exactly.
So let's look at the filter type of fabric. So tick boxes again. Oh, got to pop up. So color, we don't have swatches here. This is
Mm-hmm.
probably an opportunity to have swatches. We do
Mm-hmm.
have badges. Well, these aren't really badges; they're wish list icons. But that's good. That's the first time we've actually seen that, which is good. Oh, look, I see a badge.
Oh,
Woo!
beautiful. So I like that, right? Draw attention to it in a tasteful, minimalist way, but
Yeah,
it's easily readable and you've got my attention.
yeah,
I like the cross through price as well. Show me how much I'm saving.
yes, yeah,
And I think this is the first site to kind of bold the pricing. Some of the pricing, to be honest, on the other sites, it was almost kind of hard to pull out, like an afterthought. It was just kind of
yeah, 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 yeah,
standard weight font, and this is more prominent.
yeah. Correct. Yeah, it's opportunity for the color swatches. And again, there's no color swatches on the under the product, which is good if it can be done. There's obviously, because of the filters on the left here and open, even though this is almost full width, there's four columns, so it does squeeze the space a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe there's not a lot of space to have a swatch under the product without it looking a bit cramped. But as yet, we haven't seen swatches on on the product titles. But yes, an opportunity here to have. I do like color swatches on a filter.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
It does really help. It's a lot more visually appealing. So let's clear the filter.
Yeah, I noticed your URL was changing while you were filtering, which is great for
Yep.
bookmarking and sharing. Mm-hmm.
Cool. So yeah, takeaways from here. I think the first site that we've seen making appropriate use of SEO opportunities,
Mm-hmm.
it's the first site that has the fixed filter when you scroll so that it's not sort of scrolling away from you.
Right.
Um, and it's the first site that has badges that we have seen anyway.
Right.
But yeah, color. I would like a color swatch. I would like this to be color. And you know, there are other opportunities to use icons for, let me see, fabric pattern could be an icon. Like you could have a dot abstract
Mhm.
camouflage. Those could be icons as well. That would be nice to see. Price slider. I like sliders.